Welcome back to Conker's Bad Fur Day, where we are not in any sort of new environment like I promised. Before we get to the new level, I wanted to do a little bit of cleanup. And when you see what the new level is, you're going to be glad we cleaned up as much as possible before setting foot in there. Cleanliness is going to be an issue throughout the remainder of this session. That is intentional, as is this. Goodbye, Conker. Flattened, brutally. Gotta check out that game over cutscene. And I had to set that up now because there is another little secret in that area which I didn't show off last time. It's going to make it difficult to game over after we unlock it. Same area. The reason I got myself crushed there is because it is actually quite difficult to be injured at this point. All of the threats have been taken care of as part of the plot of this level. Those bouncing blocks are the only thing that can hurt you anymore. Or you can bounce on the flower and take fall damage, and that's about it. Or jump off the roof, but that instant kills you and splatters you on the ground, which I do not want, because the game over cutscene you get is contextual, and there are like 5 of them. And I'll show off the rest later. For now, this is a secret. No indication of how to get that, but it opens up this little alcove with a single tail inside, but that tail is worth 10 lives. That is a very valuable tail. It will be difficult to game over at this point, which is unfortunate because I do still need to game over. Like I said, there are a bunch more game over cutscenes that I need to show off. So now, we are perfectly capable of going to the next level. Which means I sort of missed the chance to show off a tiny little thing that the chapter select is going to give me a chance to make up for. This game's chapter select is extremely well implemented. I honestly love it. Teleport ourselves back to Barn Boys so that I can immediately turn myself around. When we first came to this area, we were faced with a choice. Go towards that area or this one. This was a false choice, but here's what happens if you make the wrong one.
Oh, cack.
Note Conker says, oh, cack. That is British slang if you're not familiar. For shit. Unsurprisingly. And it is typically used literally as a noun. Not as a verb, and not as like, oh shit, I stubbed my toe. Typically it refers to things like this mountain of shit.
10 o'clock. What time is it now? Oh. Well, I suppose I'll come back later then.
Why did you take your gas mask off for that? But it so happens that 10 o'clock is the time that we beat the Barn Boys chapter. So, we've now beaten the Barn Boys chapter on our main profile. Just wanted to show off that tiny little cutscene, as I am getting deep into the minutia. And before we get into that level, more cleanup. It'll be worth it when we get there. or you'll be disgusted immediately and you'll want to turn off, so at least give you some content before you skip a few videos ahead to avoid the shit level. What I want to do is go back to the wasp's nest, which is just up this pathway. So there's where the nest, the bee's hive, was. And here are the holes from which the wasps emerged, but the wasps are dead. There are other horrors within their nest. I don't know what that thing was, but we can't go in the central hole. Fortunately, this hole here is just barely low enough that with a high jump we can get inside. Teleports us over to the other upper area where we can high jump, fly over, and get up here, where there is supposed to be money. One last thing to show off. Real minor thing, easily missed, but it's right over here. At the top of the river is a pond with more of these goblin monsters swimming around inside of it. They haven't been a problem before. We haven't even seen them in the N64 version, but here they are. They're not unique to the Xbox. What they are is incredibly aggressive when they are swimming. They're much better swimmers than they are walking around defending things. So it is entirely impossible to get to that gate over there. And very dangerous to try. I'll have to find some kind of solution. Hey, thank you for the follow. But now we're getting to business. It is a good time to be following. And I've been saving this. Those goblin creatures were also present in another Rareware game that was in development around the same time, which was Cameo Elements of Power. They were trolls in that game, but they were also aquatic themed and real pains in the ass. So watch my Let's Play of that game that I did like a decade ago if you want to know more about those horrible things. Cabin's open.
He'd better hurry up. What are you looking at?
Nothing, sire.
Good. I think I can hear him.
Eureka! I found it! Yeah! There we go! Nice done! So, never guess what? I think I have found the problem. So, we have here, if you look, the table. If you analyze the table closely, as I have done, most particularly, you will see that there is a gap. And we are not talking any old gap here, my lord. It is a sizable one. Now, milk goes here. What happens? We have the fulcrum here, the milk here. The weight problem, not good. Milk falls off because of a gap. Yeah, that is what is the problem. The gap.
I think I see. And the solution?
Now this is where it gets complicated. I was mulling over what would fit in the gap. I tried many things. I tried elephants, pot plants, many things. But the one thing, and I was sure of it at the time, I was sure it was a rodent. Sure enough, it was. This one. Various Squidstelius. to use the proper vernacular. To the layman, the red squirrel. This red squirrel.
Yes. Squirrel. I've heard of them. Yes. So,
So it's a simple, my liege. We need a squirrel. And we put him here. You no spill your milk, we don't get duct tape.
gentlemen,
Yes, my liege.
get me one of these red squirrels.
Yes, my liege.
Hey, right there. How you doing? Hi, how you doing? Come in now. Yeah, sit down, what I want. Oh, this place really smells. Well, see where like dung beetles and you roll the poo around, knows what's for. Oh, really? If you want some poo, alright, get your ass in there. There's these cows. Get them in there. Get them to crap, and I'll make you a bowl of poo. And you can do what the hell you like with it. Go on your break. You still here? That. Oh, charming.
So, we have to do a lot of work to get a ball of poo. Lucky us. But the stakes of the entire game were also established. In that one little passing cutscene. The greatest minds in all the land have determined that the king's issue is his table is missing one of its legs. The distance between the missing leg and the floor is the exact height of a red squirrel. Conker is a red squirrel. Conker is being hunted. He doesn't know it, but we now know it. That's the only solution that a mad scientist was able to come up with. Typical hyper-convoluted cartoon plot, but highly amusing, and they really, really draw it out. We are hours into the game, and that is playing relatively efficiently. If you're playing this casually, that would be like 4 or 5 hours before you learn what is even going on with the opening cutscene. Weird choice.
Hey, money over here.
Over here,
Hey, what about me?
a locked gate.
Somebody get
It's a gate with some chocolate behind it, but we can't see anything else back there. This gate never opens at any point in the entire game. They planned to put another section of this level in the game, but they never finished it. They did leave in the chocolate. That would have been the trail of breadcrumbs leading you to that new area. Specifically because the lead designer thought it would drive players insane to have that hint towards nothing and give you absolutely no ability to interact with that chocolate. We just did grab chocolate from directly underneath a shit pipe. Oh, this level is just beginning. It gets so much worse from here. Also, during the game over that I made sure to show off, because it was our last opportunity to show it off, Conker went missing. And the king was sitting right there. They did not show his table because the king won. The king got Conker after Conker died. His unconsciousness gave the king's men an opportunity to kidnap him and turn him into a table leg. Horrifying.
Right, don't see any poo here. Oh, hey, excuse me, hello? Yeah, you. Whoa. Friendly type. I'm looking for some poo. I know it sounds pretty strange, but... Oh. Ugh.
Red. I don't like red. I hate red. Go away.
Whoa. Take it, he doesn't like red.
What? I don't see anything red around. Oh. Here we go again.
Everything around here is a gigantic threat to Conker specifically, simply because he's a red squirrel. So let's avoid the central area. We're gonna end up spending a lot of time. And find what we're meant to do. Something involving this trough, maybe? Maybe. Also, Kyrol in chat makes a good point. Perfect Dark had a hidden block of cheese in every level as like a little inside joke for players. And it would have made sense for them to continue that tradition here in Conker's Bad Fur Day, since they're going to hide nonsense that you couldn't access anyway. But this game has contempt for all other Rareware properties. Like, legitimately, the developers of this game hated the rest of Rareware as much as they hated, like, Nintendo and the average video game player and everybody. Very hateful group.
Now, logic would denote that something that drinks that is gonna get the screaming squid. Ah, that looks distinctly like a target. And there we have a bowl. Yes, I think I get it.
So we have created a bit of a trap to give something diarrhea. And that should solve our problems, because we were told to produce a great deal of fecal matter, and that will get us a poo ball. There are a lot of things in this game that are, you know, rarely seen, but they're not completely unique. There is nothing anywhere else in the entirety of gaming quite like what we're gonna see in this level.
A cow. Now that could be useful. Right. This looks like it needs a little bit more hands-on control. He's a bit of a wild one. That time again, is it? Oh, I say Boogalugs is out here again. Oh, there's a nice little patch. I'm thinking of a little bit of grass. Moo. Need to get her over there somehow.
We summoned Mavis for a little snack. We need to interrupt snack time. And this is the only other thing we have access to right now. Just a bullweek matador and a wall with a target on it. Try and get our targeting right.
Yeah, cool.
Bull's horns stick in the target. Then we can ride it. Bam.
Stop your nonsense, young man. Goodness me. I've quite lost my appetite now. I'm gonna go for a little meander over here. Actually, I feel a bit thirsty. A nice little beverage should wash this tasty grass down lovely like. This looks quite nice. Looks to be cranberry flavoured. Lovely. Ooh. Tastes a bit hot too. Oh, I'll have some more. Ooh, moo! Ooh! It's like the screaming shit is! I'm out of here! Oh, I say! This is far from dignified. Oh, I hope Mavis and Olive don't see this. They'll never hear the end of it. Oh, that's a bit... Oh, hey, it's a bit of a... Oh, that's... Oh, I'll just stay here for a while, just in case, you never know. Looks like he's just about ready to go.
What are you planning, Conker? Well, she's gonna regret the decision to stay there. That's one cow down. Let's just repeat the process. Summon another one with this button. And treat Mavis and Olive to the same fate. It's interesting that there is a silo of prune juice and a cow summoning corral, yet they're surprised that this fate could befall them. Like it's never happened before. And I get... Yes, I got the cow. Once you start charging, you can only turn your angle a few degrees. So if you didn't line it up properly in the first place, you will not hit the cow, and then eventually the bull will buck you off. And you will take damage. This can actually be a huge pain in the ass. So far, so good. Hit the cow twice, which was lethal in the case of the first cow.
I'm a bit thirsty now. Sod it. I'm gonna
In this case, it just made the cow thirsty, which of course, same result. So, she has gone the way of the screaming shits, and she must die. Unfortunately, we can't matador the bull directly into her. We have to ride the bull. Decent audio cues there. The bull also pulls away from the direction you're steering it in, which is what caused that to just happen. I think I can make it to the target before the bull charges. Barely. Close one. Yep, get on there. Almost missed my chance. Like I said, this is a bit of a pain in the ass. Appropriately enough, considering what kind of fucked up shit we're doing. But that's 2. You know video games. We gotta do 3. My timing on the helicopter was very bad there. Almost got hit. That button is a little too close to the target wall. So if you try to lure the bull over here, he will go parallel to it. And then you gotta lure him away from the wall and then lure him back. They don't like convenience in this little challenge. A lot of that swerving I was not doing. That was the bull swerving to try and get me off. Get me off of the bull. Let's not go there right now. I don't like this angle. Yeah. I ought not have liked that angle. The chocolate around the outside does respawn rather frequently, which is good. Necessary even, I would say. It is quite possible to die here. Oh, this is the worst angle could have gotten. But it doesn't control great. Intentionally. Bovines fused into a single entity, and the cow clearly ran headfirst into the wall. Didn't get stuck, though. I don't like this angle either. This is a bit questionable. Yeah, he didn't get stuck. We gotta lure him away, as previously noted. Then lure him back. I'm back.
Yeah, cool.
And this should be perfect. It should take at least one more hit to get her to the prune juice, and then a hit to finish her off.
Whoa!
Though it might be 3 to the prune juice. Every successive round has required additional hits. But this time, right to the juice. Missed her dialogue, but we did get her frenzied moo whilst trying to get to safety. Back on the bull, easily enough. Camera is really going berserk there. The camera controls in this game are actually pretty solid for an N64 game, but there are still issues.
Why am I such a fat bastard?
Seems to be filled up with poo. That should do it.
So that was both violent and disgusting. Checking all the boxes. Kinda don't want to go down that hole that we just filled with feces. Let's go back the way we came. It's a bit of an ocean. There's no getting around it. Doesn't deter Conker's voracious appetite for chocolate. Something to be said for that. I don't think that thing is good, though. Context, sensitive button. We couldn't reach before because there was not enough liquid.
Confidence pill. Yeah. Hey, I feel a lot more confident. Yeah, don't need these anymore. And if I'm a lot more confident, then I should be able to swim underwater now. How would I do that? Let's see. Press B, and that should submerge me. Then, once I'm underwater, hold down B to make me swim. Point the control stick in the direction you want to go. That's it. Are you sure you've got that?
Now is not the time to have gotten your confidence up, Conker. You don't want to be in this. Do not submerge yourself in this fluid. But he's so confident now, he doesn't care. Nothing can stop him. My lives. I was in the double digits a couple minutes ago. I don't know what's going on with my lives right now. But whatever. It's fine. So, the fear exists for a reason. And it's to prevent animals from doing things like this to themselves. Swimming around. Diarrhea. The bull is dead over here. Let's not drown.
You trying to drown me?
Conker can stay underwater for a surprisingly long time. And he does yell at us if we keep him down there so long that he starts losing health. A real good look at the dead bull. Doesn't know how to swim. And make for the gaping hole in the ground. By some temporal anomaly, the hole teleports us to the top and back all the way to the cabin. Convenient. Then we can hop down in here again. As you may have heard, that money, maybe even seen it earlier,
What about me?
we needed to be able to swim
Some money over here.
to get the money.
Here I am, you greedy bastard.
Yeah, more spondoolies.
Honestly, money can't get much dirtier, so if you gotta fish it out of a puddle of excrement, It's probably about as clean as what's already in your wallet.
Yeah, there it is. Over there's big ball of poo. Oh, thanks. Just, you're welcome to it, mate. Yeah, thanks.
We did it! We built a ball of poo. Lucky us. Before we mess around with that, let's go this way, arbitrarily. There's a cutscene over here. Might as well show it off.
Get the impression somebody doesn't want me to be here. They certainly don't want me to go that way. Think I'll go that way.
Conker, being a rebel, doing crimes. We are gonna invite ourselves across the rickety bridge.
Is it safe, I wonder? Let's find out.
Yep. Can't be stopped. I mean, we were literally just completely submerged in shit, so how could it get worse? I don't think we have anything to worry about.
Oh. Uh-oh. I think it's about to... Oh. Heck. Doesn't like I'm going that way just yet.
And we cannot go over there. But there's 3 cutscenes if you try. So, had to try. Dumps us in this pit of mud with no landmarks to indicate how to get out. That's where we started. So surely the escape point is around here somewhere. Surely. I like what I'm seeing there. There it is. You can barely spot it. A rope. The bridge was missing one of its handrails, which was dangling down so that we could climb up. And losing that one plank prevents us from getting across. Every time we enter this area, Conker puts on his gas mask, which is very smart. And also an excellent detail. So, we actually have a choice here, and it's very easy to make the wrong choice without even realizing it. This is the most logical path to take with the poo ball. But it's also possible to head up this path. And it does lead down a separate spiral up the poo mountain. The way the poo ball controls is actually extremely well done. You wouldn't think this would handle so well on a N64 game, but it sort of sticks to Conker. So your controls do not have to be impossibly precise to stay behind this thing and keep it rolling. And it gets gradually larger the longer you push it, which is another excellent detail. They say shit rolls downhill, but also it can roll uphill to its final destination. That big beetle was blocking the path right here. So if I had rolled it up the obvious path, I would have had to stop here. And then we can only have one poo ball in the environment at a time. So if I had stopped here, the poo ball would have just been stuck. I could have rolled it all the way back down the mountain, but the most convenient choice at that point would have been to push it off the edge, where it would have shattered, and I would have had to go grab a new one and start anew. You also may have spotted that it is impossible to take fall damage in this area. Your head merely gets shoved underneath the viscous fecal matter, which some would say is a fate worse than death. But in our gameplay-oriented experience, we would prefer to have this. Merely waste a couple of seconds rather than taking any of your health bar. So, now that we have this path cleared out, here's where we would have been stuck if I had not planned so carefully. These beetles are probably gonna smash me here. Yeah, he was supposed to stop me and hurt me, but he failed.
Yeah, the wife's got a job in Brombre. Big crap like, but what do you
Close one. I'm about to push this thing off, but I think I can save it.
Oh, come on, stop acting up for this.
Take the hit from the Scottish beetle. Dung beetle.
Money over here.
Now we can hear Money shouting at me. I want that money. Careful. Oh no. We could save this, but the camera is locked at this point. We could control it a little bit previously, but it's stuck now. I did save it temporarily. Man down. But the poo ball is safe. That's all that matters. And without having to push the poo ball, we should be able to skirt around the beetles pretty easily. The shape of the thing is very hard to land on, but we need to land on it so that we can get all the way to the top.
Hey, where the f you been, you ginger bastard?
They muffled our voice because our head is covered in a mask. Exact same detail that I applauded in Manhunt, an entire console generation later. Already being done here. Good stuff. So, that was as efficient as we could have gotten the money, and also accomplished this, our true goal. All to open that door. That door is the answer to a question that was asked in chat a moment ago about an upcoming iconic character. We'll be seeing that soon. If you know, you know. If you know anything about this game, you probably know this thing. Let's descend at a terrifying velocity, which doesn't matter. We can also cancel our head being stuck in the ground animation by swinging the frying pan, which speeds things up a little bit. We're not done with poo balls, though. Good thing there's an unending supply. There's one last path around the mountain. Over this way, where we are explicitly told to roll no poo balls. You know what happens the last time we saw a no X sign. Good shot, Conker. So this guy would have defended this switch. Just like we can't get across the pond as long as any of these goblins are still alive. We can't get to this switch as long as this guy is not covered in shit. He's not as good at navigating his life while blinded by feces as Conker is. That's a protagonist-only skill. That allows us to turn into an anvil again to press this button. This one gets to survive, though. The others, not so lucky. Not very good swimmers in a whirlpool. So what we should do next is go into that door. That is technically the next level of this game. Instead of that, we're gonna go somewhere more interesting. After a nice convenient teleport to the last door we went through. It's like I planned this, but secretly I didn't. I just forgot to go in there sooner than I actually ended up doing. But it was perfect. So, here we are, base of the mountain, everything's open. The shit level is completed, but there remains an iconic shit character in Conker's Bad Fur Day. That icon is right behind this open door. And I'm going to separate it out into its own separate video. Because if you've seen it once, you sort of don't necessarily need to see it again. And I have really nothing to add to it. It is... It's a thing. If you haven't seen it, you gotta tune in next time for the Great Mighty Pooh. And now our live and reloaded business for this segment, which begins with self-inflicted death. We can still wiggle our torso around while dead. I was actually controlling that very slight movement. All to get our game over and see the missing sign on the milk carton. Catch all the jokes, which I had to freeze frame, because the game over screen is a blackout. With a new music sting, at least. Probably the only game over we're going to need to see from Live and Reloaded, even though there are many other game overs. And before we get real nasty, let's check out the other non-disgusting thing we saw this video. The broken bridge area. We can see that the mere weight of a passing squirrel didn't just break a single plank, it collapsed the entire bridge. And on the other side, there is the Feral Reserve, which is a good pun for a bank that serves animals. Now, to get nasty.
Oh, crap!
Conker, on smelling what he's up against, says "oh crap" rather than "oh cack" for the American audiences. Now, wandering enemies are everywhere, including during the fairly difficult platforming segments. The out-of-bounds piece of chocolate that you can never actually acquire has been preserved in this version, but the shit pipe has been closed. A small mercy in what is otherwise a much harder area. It might seem like Live and Reloaded is the defanged version of Conker. That is no longer going to be the case. This climb up the Prue and Juice silo has been made much more difficult. You can only advance to the next platform at the apex of your jump, so your timing has to be perfect while dodging the poo balls. The knockback on the poo balls has been increased, so if you get hit at any point, you are going back to the ground floor. And it's crammed in the corner here, so the camera's difficult to control, but finally made it this far. Their hitboxes. are also fairly questionable. Nastiness doesn't end there. They also made the cows anatomically correct, so fair warning, this gets pretty hardcore.
It's like the screaming cities. I'm out of here.
They had to censor the word shit and the word asshole, but they can show realistic shit and assholes. I don't get the logic of it, but that is Live and Reloaded. Grosser than the original in a lot of ways. The bull is also anatomically correct. A close look even reveals realistic castration scars. Good attention to detail. When matadoring, you can actually see through the wall that you need to lure him into for added convenience while you're trying to time getting him stuck. Makes it easier to not get hit, at least. He does jerk around a lot more, making him harder to control. But after one hit, this is the final cow, and she goes right for the prune juice. She doesn't stop for another snack of grass. The second and third cows only require one hit before they go to the prune juice, saving you one cycle over the Bad Fur Day version. Then she heads to the center. One more hit to kill her. Now, we'll be able to get a better look at the bull's redesign, with the Omega brand on his shoulder. Not sure what the relation there is. I guess because it looks sort of like his septum piercing. Best I can come up with. Here's the confidence pills.
Yeah.
A very important change here is no tutorial after taking the confidence pills. And who needs one, right? It's swimming in a 3D platformer. It was insulting to even have a tutorial there in the first place. Good riddance. This is where I realized I needed a tutorial. I have no control over what's going on. It turns out this game controls the swimming in a completely different manner that I've never seen in any other 3D platformer. You control your movement with the left analog stick and your pitch with the right analog stick. So you can move forward, back, left, right at your own volition while aiming with the other stick. It takes a lot to get used to. Very not intuitive. Here we can get a better look at where the bull donated some Rocky Mountain oysters. And we can see he's just moving around while underwater. Looks like he's still alive, disturbingly enough. Conker's drowning faces also seemed a lot less urgent, which takes the edge off a bit. They added hint signs to where we can roll the poo balls. They still don't tell you anything, just which one's upper and which one's lower, but you don't really know whether you want to go upper or lower. The big beetle allows us to see that they're all splattered with the fruits of their labor, all over their carapace. But more importantly, the cabin has been redesigned, and they added an animation where the poo ball bounces its way down the pipe and becomes accessible again. Needlessly overlong, but a little bit of extra effort. A new sign with an arrow pointing up indicates where the shouting money is. And the poo ball is a little easier to climb on top of, but the positioning has to be perfect, because once again, only the apex of your highest jump will get you to the next level. So that you can get the money.
Cool. Laughing all the way to the bank.
Tiny little thing that bothers me way too much is they remove the muffling effect on Conker's voice when he's speaking through the mask. They did recreate the backdrop that shows off many of the landmarks for upcoming levels, which I lamented the absence of in the previous level recap. Should have also been in the last level, but at least it's somewhere. And that's this Alterations recap concluded. All the changes they made increased the difficulty and disgustingness of what went down, so you never know what to expect from Live and Reloaded. Everything we've accomplished here is considered part of the hub area rather than its own discrete level, and the next logical step is the Bats Tower chapter. But I will keep you waiting no longer. Next time, the legendary Great Mighty Pooh.